Ukrainian forces have seized hundreds of square miles of Russian territory in one of the most significant cross-border incursions since World War II. On August 6, thousands of Ukrainian troops crossed from the Sumy region into Russia's neighboring Kursk region. Since then, Kyiv's forces claim to have captured more land in just over a week than Russia has managed to take in Ukraine throughout the entire year. This marks the largest foreign assault on Russian soil since the Second World War. The exact amount of territory captured is difficult to determine due to the fluid nature of the conflict. Ukrainian Army Chief Colonel General Oleksandr Syrksyi stated on Thursday that his forces had taken nearly 445 square miles, 1,150 square kilometers, of land in Kursk. For comparison, this is almost 3 times the territory reclaimed in Ukraine during a 3-month counteroffensive last summer. The Institute for the Study of War, ISW, a U.S.-based think tank monitoring frontline developments, provided a more conservative estimate, suggesting around 300 square miles, 800 square kilometers, of land had been captured. Despite Russian officials repeatedly claiming that the incursion has been contained, videos shared on social media suggest otherwise. Colonel General Syrksyi also mentioned that Kyiv had established a military command office in the occupied part of Russia's Kursk region and that his forces were still advancing, taking up to 1.5 kilometers, 0.93 miles, in the past 24 hours. According to ISW, footage indicates that Ukrainian forces are pushing on both sides of the incursion, creating a bulge into Russian territory, with some soldiers positioned about 11 miles from the Russian border. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky stated on Wednesday that Kyiv's forces were advancing 1 to 2 kilometers further along the new front line. A Ukrainian colonel, who requested anonymity, told The Independent that around 8,000 soldiers were involved in the incursion, with thousands more ready to join the fight. He, along with other Ukrainian officials, indicated that the troops intended to hold their positions to create a buffer zone. This zone would help distance Russian forces from Ukrainian civilians, reducing but not entirely stopping Moscow's ability to launch artillery and missile strikes across the border. The buffer zone would also prevent a repeat of the Russian cross-border assault in May that brought the northeastern Ukrainian region of Kyiv, including the country's second-largest city, within artillery range of Russian forces. As Ukrainian forces continue to advance, authorities in Russia's Kursk region decided on Wednesday night to evacuate another district, Glushkov, which borders Ukraine and has a population of about 20,000. Regional Governor Alexei Smirnov announced on Telegram that police and other state agencies would oversee the evacuation. President Zelensky stated this week that one of the objectives of the incursion was to capture Russian prisoners of war, POWs, to replenish an exchange fund. Throughout the war in Ukraine, thousands of POWs have been exchanged between the two sides, with swaps occurring roughly every few months. Estimates of how many Russian soldiers have been captured during this incursion vary widely. Zelensky suggested that Ukrainian troops had taken around 100 POWs, while the Ukrainian colonel claimed the number was closer to 2,000. Footage has emerged showing blindfolded men, believed to be Russian soldiers, being escorted through the Ukrainian Sumy region in the back of a military pickup truck.